We're going to review the RL3 graphic organizer. You can use this to assist you with your video response on Flipgrid. So the first thing you're going to do is write your name at the top, and you'll see there are two sentences in quotation marks at the top. These are our learning targets or objectives for this graphic organizer. I can describe a character's traits, motivations, and feelings. I can tell how a character's actions change a story. So we're not only looking at how the character's feelings, traits, and motivations change throughout the story, but we're looking at how this character's feelings, traits, and motivations change the actual story, the events or sequence of events in the story. So the first thing you're going to do is think about which book you're choosing. It can be your favorite book, it can be a book from your book box at school, or if you want to log into Mayan at home, it can be any fiction book. Keep in mind that the first book you choose might not be the right book. Maybe a character you're realizing doesn't change that much in the story, or that maybe a character's actions aren't impacting the story enough for it to make a good video. You can always try another book. And don't forget you brought home an exemplar of Because of Winn-Dixie, which you can use. We looked at Opal, so you can use that to help you decide on your own character. I don't want you to use Opal from Because of Winn-Dixie since we already did that one, so go ahead and choose your own character. So you're going to write your character's name there at the top left, and then you're going to describe the character's traits. Now, you could describe their physical traits, but we're looking more for internal traits. Are they shy? Do they have a bad temper? Is it someone that's a little sneaky, that they cheat on tests? What types of things does your character do in the beginning of the story? If you want to put a line down the middle, you can put their traits in the beginning and the end of the story, because every good story, the character has some sort of change or growth. So then after you describe the character's traits, you're going to go down to the bottom left again, and it asks, what did the character do? So you already said their traits. For example, if I gave the example of someone that's sneaky, so I would put the trait that a character is sneaky. What did the character do to show that they're sneaky? Well, they stole a pencil from a classmate's desk, let's say. That's something sneaky to do. So that's something that they did. What was his or her motivation for doing it? Maybe they didn't have any pencils at home. Maybe they were scared to get in trouble for interrupting the lesson, so they figured if they took a pencil, they didn't have to raise their hand and ask the teacher for a pencil. Maybe their pencil broke and they don't want to use the sharpener in the middle of class and distract everybody. Then you're going to go to the next box on the right, which says, how did the character feel while he or she did that? So maybe this certain character, at first they felt like they got what they needed or wanted, but then they saw the student whose desk it was looking everywhere for their favorite pencil, and they might have felt a little guilty about that. That's the beginning of the change in the character. How would that change the story? What would they do next? And at the bottom of the graphic organizer, we kind of touched on this already, but we are asked, how did that action change the story? Maybe this character decided to put the pencil back. Maybe this character decided to tell the truth, and the person forgave them, and they realized that they could have just asked, and from now on they won't do sneaky things anymore. Think about the character in your story and how their actions and traits changed in the story and also changed the story.